You absolute bloody legends. Welcome back to another episode of Fat Chat. I've got a very special guest with me today. Premiership superstar hero from West Coast Eagles, but more importantly, the host of the BackChat podcast, the biggest and best podcast going around. Will Schofield, welcome, mate. Welcome.
What an intro. I tell you what, you're a much better host than I am. Just straight into it. Mate, great to be here on Fat Chat.
It's been a while. It's been a while since the last Fat Chat.
Have I been chatting enough about being fat? Probably not. I've fallen off the bandwagon once again.
That's literally why we're here doing this chat right now. But, I mean, obviously lots of stuff going on with the podcast. But what I want to talk to you all about today, and we'll sort of get all the Fat Chat listeners, if they don't know yet, up to speed, is this adventure that you've got going on over the next few months. Do you want to tell everybody what the big adventure is?
Well, I was just doing a little bit of research to see exactly when this
you don't
kicked
even
off,
know.
Because I'm like, Gerard, I need your help. Mate, I'm going on the Kokoda Track.
So sick.
Which is amazing. I've got a lot of connections to it. So one of my grandfathers was on the Kokoda Track.
Yep.
Of course, in Papua New Guinea, it was a major battleground between Australia and Japan in World War II.
Yep.
Horrendous conditions, fighting conditions, just dreadful. It's a jungle. And, but basically, people can undertake what the diggers, basically went through.
And it's like one of the some of the football clubs do it for like they've done pre-season ones, they've done a few of them, that sort of thing. So it's like it's a popular one to do for Australians, right?
From what I hear, you go full corporate and you basically staying in the Ritz-Carlton along the journey.
Yeah, gotcha.
And it takes you, it might take you 15 days to do, and you walk a couple of Ks a day, or you can go military style.
Is that what you're doing?
Where you let me, that's like a 3-dayer where you're doing 25 Ks a day and you're sleeping in the dirt.
Yeah, wow.
We're somewhere in the middle.
Gotcha. So a little bit of Ritz, a little bit of swag, a little bit of dirt.
Correct.
Yeah.
I would think more towards military than Ritz.
Definitely. We'll say that.
So 10 days going to take us, and 2 of those days we're in Port Moresby at a hotel. So it's 7 nights on the track.
Yep.
8 days, doing about 10 to 12 Ks a day, fully packed up. It's going to be difficult.
You got to take all your stuff with it. So, like, how does it actually work? So you fly into what city? Where does it actually kick up? Like, where's it kick off from?
Yeah, so October 1st, Port Moresby, night there to acclimatise.
Yeah.
I don't know, probably get a good feed in before you get on the journey, and then
last beers, and then
and then straight on the track. So it's a no phones type situation. And then you're back for a day back in Port Moresby at the end of it all. From what I've heard from people that have been on it, so you're right, some football teams do it. It's equivalent to winning a grand final. The people you do it with, the time it takes, and the time you're probably with your own mind, like a 7-dayer. No tech. That's a lot these days.
Yep.
So, there's a few reasons I'm heading out and doing it. But as I chat about it, people can actually do this with us, which is pretty cool. So, Quinton Lynch, former West Coast Premiership star 2006, is
the Q-Stick's doing it.
Q-Stick's on there with us.
Wow.
Matty Spanger, Premiership player with Hawthorn 2014.
He's your good friend,
my
hey?
best mate, Matt Spanger. He's coming along. Dom Sheed.
Great.
West Coast. There's a fair bit of Premiership success coming along.
That's a lot.
And with those coming as well, Alex Witherden, Brisbane and West Coast defender now. So we'll all be there. There's about 20 of us right now. I think
that's a crew.
There's room for a couple more, pretty limited spots, but there's a couple more available. So you can, hit me up on DMs. Health and Fitness Holidays on Instagram is sort of the crew that's doing it.
Yep.
But if you just hit me up direct, I'll send you in the right direction. So you can join it with us. But there's a few reasons I'm doing it. One's the fitness element, which you need to help me with. Mm-hmm. Number 2 is the tech and the mental side.
Yep.
And that kind of ties into, the third. My brother, who passed away last year, he had huge knowledge and passion in Australian war history. Mm-hmm. And he would have just fucking loved to come on this trip with me. And so when the opportunity came up to go on it,
that's what really sparked it. Yeah.
Mate, I was like, difficult year for me last year, personally, mentally, and fitness-wise. And it just combines everything together to be able to do that. A little bit in his dedication and Jason's dedication, but yeah, also to just sort of reset the system a bit as well. Do something a bit bigger than yourself. Get yourself going again fitness-wise. Yeah. Get off tech and socials and all that bullshit that I have to live in. And you'd be listening
absolutely,
to me.
man, it's a lot.
You'd be listening to me thinking, maybe I might come on the Kokoda Track.
Literally, it sounds great. But like, I think that you've just touched on it there, that to do something like that and a big endurance thing, whatever it is, whatever your fitness goal is or health goal is, you got to have a really strong why as to why you're doing it as well. Like just being like, oh yeah, cool, I'll go and start running. Oh yeah, cool. I'll go and do this, walk or whatever.
This is me. That's me.
But it doesn't. Yeah, usually, but it doesn't usually get you very far because you got to link it back to the why you're doing it, and you just got to keep reminding yourself because it's not just like you can just get out there and just do it. It's day after day after day. You're going to be in your own head. There's very other limited distractions. That's going to be tough.
Yeah, it's interesting about that. The why, like that's me, mate. Like 15 years elite athlete. Like the why was always winning for me.
Yeah.
Like if I don't work out and keep fit and play my role game day, I don't win. And so then that was my driver. Now I don't have that, mate. Like that's why fitness for me is so difficult at the moment because I don't have a real why. And it sounds terrible that your own health and fitness and mental health is why.
Yeah.
That doesn't actually get it done for me, which is, I don't know. I think maybe that resonates with people. I don't know. But for me, it's like I've got a choice between going for a run and not. If the why is just for me feeling a bit healthier, I'm like, I'm just going to stay here and do nothing.
Yeah.
It's easier.
Yeah.
So
I reckon that's definitely like a thing that's been drilled into you from playing football. And it's like, if you don't do some of this stuff, like you're forced to do that, whether your why is there, but you are forced to still do all the sessions. You're pushed to your limits. So like once you're probably not in that like environment, it's probably just like, well,
thanks,
I've done it. Yeah. Like I've completed it.
Go for a run. You go for a run.
Yeah. I've done heaps of them.
Go for a run. But yeah, so I definitely have like floated in and out. Like I did the not the Roto swim, the other one.
Port to Pub. Yep.
Same swim, it's just called something different.
Yeah.
I did that at the start of this year and I swam for 10 weeks, lost almost 10 kilos. And that
you still look good now compared to like this time last year, 100%.
Is that a compliment or not?
It is. No, I'm being, it's very
good. A little
good.
backhander at the end. Compared to this time last year, you look like
I'm
shit.
saying,
But like that was a why for me. And then as soon as I did that, I was like, I'm going to keep swimming.
Yeah.
And like 2 weeks later, I get up, it's like pitch black.
What's the point?
Yeah. Like, no why, bye-bye. Haven't swum since then.
Yep.
So I've been looking for a why a bit. So this Kokoda track for me is going to be, I'll ramp things up shortly. Hopefully.
So with your granddad as well, do you know any stories? Was there anything passed down from when he was in Kokoda and his experience and everything like that?
Yeah, I've actually put that on Mum to chase up for me because, I'd like to see if there's some specifics running around that I can, whether it be battlegrounds areas, people, like all that sort of stuff.
And he was in the army?
Yep.
Yeah. And just like on the ground in the jungle.
Yeah.
Wow.
So he was positioned there. He served in Egypt, in Papua New Guinea and Borneo.
Amazing. Wow.
But again, like that for me, there's going to be the mental element of that. It's like, full circle kind of thing a little bit. I'm really looking forward to it. Think it's going to be challenging, which is great. And then just having some good mates there with us as well.
Absolutely, yeah.
Like all those guys I mentioned, Lynchy, Spang. So Lynchy I coached at Aquinas with last year and came really close to him after playing with him for 6 or 7 years. Matt Spang is my best mate. We're best men at each other's wedding. And then Sheeta and Witho are two of my closest mates from my time at West Coast. So, just like 5 of those guys would be pretty cool. And then a whole bunch of others.
It's going to be sick.
On the journey too.
It's going to be amazing. And you said that the bonding that you're going to experience with that, because you're going to go through the highs, you're going to go through the lows. It's going to be very much pick me the fuck out of the mud every now and then.
Shitting off the back of logs, so sleep on the ground.
You're going to get pretty tight. Yeah.
Which will be good. So looking forward to that. So I won't say it again, but if you want to come along, there's a couple of spots. So
good.
I might start putting some pressure on you. Might get you out there.
Fucking hell. I don't know if I could do it.
Hang on,
camping is not my thing. Like, you know what? I can do it if I'm really forced to. I can, but I could do the Ritz version.
What do you need? Like, do you need like some sort of like bike and running gear and swimming gear?
Do you know what the thing is for me? It's honestly, I do not do good with not good sleep. I'm the most sensitive sleeper, right? As in, like, I'm the most princess sleeper ever. Everything's got to be perfect conditions.
I can't wait for you to watch that sentence come out of your mouth when you have kids running around.
I've got no doubt it's going to be no good. But
someone clip that up and play that back to this idiot.
It's going to be bad.
I'm the same as you.
Man.
Always have been. Big sleeper. Get kids. Sleep's the first.
Sleep's done. Yeah.
So you'll learn, mate.
So what does it actually look like with your days when you're there though? Like how far do you walk? Is it 10 or 15?
Yeah,
you have no idea.
I've seen the itinerary. It's something like 10 to 12 Ks, but it's not walking along a path.
Yeah.
There's path, but it's not walking along flat ground. It's a lot of altitude. really hard conditions.
And it's the jungle as well.
Jungle. Going down is as hard as going up as well. So there's a lot of that. But there's a lot of highlights too. There's incredible waterfalls and kind of oasis in the middle of the jungle kind of thing. The people, like there's people living along the track. There's locals. The fuzzy wuzzies, which are people that...
I was going to say, does Papua New Guinea have like cannibals and stuff still?
Unsure on the cannibalism factor, but the locals... About that yet? So you go and do Mount Everest and you have the Sherpas that have been, doing that for as long as their society has lived. Well, it's the same in Papua New Guinea. Local people...
So they've got like guides that come and go.
They back in World War II, they were known as the fuzzy wuzzies, and they were there to help the Australian soldiers, and they're still... there to, I'm a tourist, mate, so I'm not going to compare myself to military and people lives lost, but should be pretty special.
Unreal. So what have you actually done, like prep-wise?
Nothing.
This is the actual important part that I want to talk to you about.
Play indoor soccer on Monday.
Because I've been running with Alex. I've done a couple of runs with her, right?
Can we talk about that a bit?
Yeah, absolutely. She's killing it, by the way.
What am I doing? Week. Nothing.
Yeah, and she's out here just running. Yeah, she's doing very well. But we were talking, and I was like, "You're out here killing it and doing." I was like, "Has Will come for a run?"
I'm working.
Yeah. And then she's like, "No, he hasn't. Yeah, he's pushed the pram a bit, but that's about it." So,
fucking working.
And then I'm like, shit, he's actually like, I was like, he's got to fucking do some walking and like some, I don't know, probably do something. Yeah,
so I've got a mate doing the Steve Gravina, who spends a bit of time across BackChat from Front Runner Physio. Actually should have him on as a guest.
Good.
He would be a very good guest for you.
Yeah, sweet.
Correct.
We'll do that.
Yes, correct. He is doing it's terrible. I'm going to forget the name, but he's doing one in Borneo. The Death March. And he's been...
Sounds awesome.
Yeah. He's spending some time... but basically 10,000 soldiers started, 3 survived.
Wow.
That's why it's called the Death March. And he's been doing a lot of work in Kings Park, like hill work. And he said it's been really good. So I've got to get these... I've probably got to get these Crocs off.
Yeah, you don't want to be doing the tricks.
Change out for some hiking boots. But yeah, Alex, I've been really proud with what she's doing. So you tell me what she's doing, actually.
So this will come out in a couple of weeks, but this is her first proper week of the running, but she's starting from an absolute zero base of running ability.
Yep.
And we've only done 2 sessions together. She's going to do a 3rd and 4th this week, but she's gone from literally running 7. We went straight down the hill from your place. You know how it's down the hill to the oval?
Yep.
The downhill was no problem. That was fine.
Roll down.
Once we got to the flat and a little bit around the oval, oh no, that was not good. But every session that we've done, just getting a little bit more. But like the first probably 4 or 5 weeks of anybody starting running, and you're going to find this when you start doing some pack hikes or whatever that you do.
Yes.
You find all these random bits that hurt. So like, you go, oh, like, I think there's a bit in a rib that's being an issue. You'll find bits in your foot, just all these random things that pop
rib.
Up. Yeah.
Sounds like carry on.
Have you not had the rib? She's not been complaining about a rib?
Luckily it hasn't made its way back home yet.
Wow. Must not be that bad. Maybe she's just saying that to me.
Correct. Yeah, it's funny. So I've actually started the fitness stuff. So I'm on a 14-day reset right now, no alcohol.
Nice.
3 lots of 30-minute exercise minimum a week and 100 push-ups a day.
Great.
So I've done that for 12 days so far.
Nice.
So I said I've been doing nothing. I just lied.
That's good. Well, it's a good start.
100 push-ups a day, mate. I don't know if you've done that.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've done that. From a zero base, and I'm talking zero base. I haven't seen a gym. The last gym I saw was the last day at West Coast, and I was looking around in there at that time as well. I'm sore constantly, every day. I have no chest, no triceps, no biceps.
Are you just doing regular push-up the whole time?
What's
little trick, right? Depends on where you put your hands, will depend on what part you're working. So if you're hella sore and you're out wide here and it's like deep in your pec here, come a bit closer because then work your tricep a little bit more.
I got to be honest. I'm just trying to get through at this stage. I got 20 out first time, and then I did them in 10s, and I was down to 5s. That was the first time.
Nice.
I can now spit out 30.
That's solid.
But I'm still down to 10s.
That's progressive overload, man. That's great.
So that's what my fitness is at the moment.
So I reckon that we need to get you going on some sort of like proper routine with it all, because the other thing I don't know if you've even thought about with the long, no doubt you haven't thought about it, but because it's back-to-back days as well, the nutrition the sleep deprivation, the all of those elements that are going to catch up on you doing like a full 10-day thing. Have you spoken to anybody about that? Because that's actually scaring the fuck out of me, you not even thinking about that yet.
Mate, I've been sleep deprived for 6 years. Nash turned 6.
Sleep will
Nash
be fine.
Nash turned 6 a week ago, and that was the 6-year anniversary that I have not slept well.
Yes, nice.
So that's fine.
What about the nutrition?
Mate, I'm terrible with nutrition. I mentioned to this,
and I'm not talking about like cooking like chicken and rice when you're going up there. I'm talking about like just keeping enough, because
energy,
it's an endurance event of what you're doing for fucking 10 days, man.
I'm definitely not a fussy person with nutrition, so I can just put whatever. As long as there's something I can just put in my mouth, that'll be fine. I haven't thought about it, obviously.
I'm trying to think of who to. I'm sure Matt would know somebody that's maybe done some back-to-back, because it's not even just like an endurance event. It's like a ultra endurance event that you're doing. That's
Sounds
essentially
fun,
what it is.
doesn't
It does. It's amazingly impressive. I can't wait to watch you do it. But
it's going to be good.
There's so many elements that have just definitely have to go.
Maybe
right
we should link up to devise a bit of a plan.
Have you done that? Is the track that your mate was doing, is that Kokoda Track up the side of Kings Park?
Yes, that's the one.
Yeah, that's the one. I've done that before. That is really hard.
Once?
And I've done it. Yeah, I've maybe been up and down twice, I reckon, and my calves are sore for about 8 days. So I don't know how you're going to do it for 10 days. It's all uneven, because like some steps are this big, some are this big. So maybe we should go do that. Let's go get a pack or something next week. And let's get it on. Let's just see how many we can do in an hour.
Let's just go get a pack. Let's get a pack next week.
Let's get it.
Where am I getting a pack from?
I'll find a pack. I don't know. We'll find something. We'll put something on your back.
I'll take my son's
I don't know.
backpack.
Yeah, perfect. We'll do that.
Backpack.
Pop a dumbbell in it. I'll bring some, have some in the car. We'll see what happens.
All right, the last time Will comes on FatChat. Mate, it's going brilliantly over here. I'm enjoying the new setup for this season.
It's been good. Yeah, it's been good.
Can we talk about the big result from the weekend or not? Are you going to tease that in?
The weekend?
Matty won, didn't he?
Oh, yeah, he won. Yeah. Well, this is like coming out in a couple of weeks. But yeah, he was done amazing, which has been so good. Right. And like so stoked to see him finally break through and get one done. But he's got the World Championships coming up in October. So I reckon he's going to be like, he's already an absolute nut job when you talk to him about all his stuff that he's doing, but I reckon he's going to go up a couple of nut job gears because of
world champs.
Because it's world champs, and this is it. I'm actually it's in Hawaii. I'm a little bit like,
see a chance to win it.
Well,
will he be trying to win it?
Well, for the race that he just did, he was ranked number 14 out of there was 20 pros.
And he won.
He beat the course record. Like, he absolutely killed it. He almost had his foot chopped off in December, just gone.
Great.
Like, amazing story. But I'm almost thinking I might try to take FatChat on tour.
Great.
Hawaii.
Aren't you going to Europe? Sure.
Yeah, but why not? What's another one?
Okay,
what's another one?
Body Match does Europe. Mate, thanks for having us on.
Mate, thank you. Well, I'm keen for this trek that we're going to go do. Let's make this work.
Great. And I'm happy to jump on here, give you some updates.
Yeah,
tell you how the fitness is going. I'm pleased to if I can finish with something, I'm pleased to know that compared to last year, I'm looking a lot better.
You remember that. I'm going to get you before and afters up from last FatChat.
I was just from last year.
No, it's going to be better this one, mate. Good luck with it. We'll check in again.
Thank you.